singular opportunity of molding children for the next generation. Therefore, I will speak to you first as a mother, out of the many roles I represent. The topic that has been chosen for discussion today is quite pertinent and germane, as each component is critical in building and maintaining the foundation and structure of our families and communities, which will translate to developing our state and our country. Culture, peace, and unity are crucial elements to keep a community together and to ensure that they make progress. Although it is culture that brings us together, it is peace and unity that will cause us to forge ahead and overcome any obstacle and thereby thrive. Let me begin this discourse with knowledge, which has been defined as a body of knowledge, know-how, practices, and representations maintained and developed by any particular group of people historically. It encompasses stories, songs, proverbs, language, traditional dances, design and symbols, food, hunting, beliefs, naming, and a host of other things. In summary, it is the way of life and belief system of a group of people. This is usually handed down in verbatim communication from one generation to another. However, in modern times, that practice is becoming more difficult. Many people have moved out of local communities, in the rural areas to towns and cities, and even out of the country, where their culture can be easily drowned out by larger, more dominant ones, and also by Western culture. Urbanization and Western education are undoubtedly vehicles that transport people towards development. But while embracing them, we need to put things in place and make conscious effort to ensure our culture remains relevant. We cannot expect that by happenstance our culture will just flourish. And it's extremely encouraging that our young people are demanding to know the role that they can play in propagating it. How do you go about this? First, whoever you are, and whatever the circumstances of birth and opportunity, be proud of your heritage. Be eager to learn about it and ready to talk about it about what you know. My father, late Chief Jacob Yariaplot, had the privilege of being born in Panyam. He had the opportunity from the cradle to learn his language and other aspects of his culture. I was born in Lagos and have lived, schooled, and traveled all over the world. So was not as opportune in this aspect of life as he was. Identity. My father gave me a Mwaghavul name and insisted I use it always. I may not speak the language well, but I have promoted my culture wherever I have gone, simply by introducing myself. The name is unusual and stands out, and people will naturally ask where you're from. In England, in France, in Germany, in the US, and even as far as Malaysia. So that has given me the opportunity to talk about my heritage, and this is all because of a name. Our heritage is not about the past. It gives us a sense of identity and belonging. Let us treasure it and gain confidence from it. Secondly, identify with others to promote cultural affiliations. A perfect example is this wonderful group that is hosting us. Can we just give them a round of applause? Thank you. They have come to Bauchi to get an education, but have forged an alliance that enables them to identify with those that have common background and hopefully learn from each other their traditional values. I commend you all. You are already on a good track. Thirdly, the most popular and effective tool of communication currently is the social media. Now, we know my generation may not really know much about social media, but the youth, the youth know about it. So, you should, as much as possible, educate people using our social media. Do not just constrain your meetings to physical ones. Have online meetings where you can increase participation and spread your reach. Let your networks transcend geographical boundaries. Post YouTube videos on Mwaghavul festivals, dances, and recipes. Write a blog on cultural issues. Whatever your interest or strength, express it in a way that promotes your culture and through the social media channels that you have at your disposal. In addition, attend cultural festivals, as these festivals bring the Mwaghavul people together to remind them that they are one people with one culture and many things in common, such as community development. Students are an important and integral part of this festival. And since you all need to know and understand the culture in order to propagate it to successive generations. Therefore, I encourage all of you to become active participants of these festivals because it plays a significant role for Mwaghavul students if our culture is to survive. Take a step further and harness your creative potential by organizing mini cultural festivals in your groups or at your schools. Invite people from other tribes to come and experience the rich Mwaghavul tradition. Display art and cuisine, model the clothes, sing the songs, perform dances and plays. One of the means of preserving culture is sharing it with others that are not in your group so that they can esteem your tradition and thereby you promote intercultural understanding. Please note that respect for cultural diversity is key in propagating peace in the country. There are aspects of most traditions that are repugnant to natural justice, that are no longer tenable in modern civilizations. Traditions that debase women or oppress vulnerable people like children and elderly and widows should be changed completely. Furthermore, an effective and consistent way of propagating the culture is by weaving your tradition and values into your lifestyle. Mwaghavul people are known to be industrious and hardworking. Those are part of our values. You can prove that by your attitude towards any assignment that you embark on. A cursory review of the workforce in Plateau State reveals that the fact that Mwaghavul people provide a sizable number of qualified personnel to the state and the federal government and the private sector. Mwaghavul people within Plateau State and outside it are known for academic and professional excellence. Please note that you are a significant component of this unique class. An outstanding foundation has already been laid that you students need to build on. It is my challenge to you to do so, and I am highly confident that you will not let the Mwaghavul tribe down, but keep the flag flying high. Appreciating culture is essential. But I have great regard for the way that our students frame the topic, propagating culture, peace, and unity. They are proponents of culture that sow discord among people. Rather than allowing diversity to bring people together, they use it to tear groups apart. The Bible says, knowledge puffs up. There are those whose knowledge of their culture puffs them up, and they disregard those that are proficient in this area of life. It ought not to be so. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Use your knowledge to build others up. Do not despise other cultures. We are not better than each other. We are simply different from one another. We should celebrate our differences. Make time to understand why others do the way they do things. Be a peace builder. In order to promote peace, you need to be at peace with yourself. In order to promote peace, you need to be at peace with yourself. You need to tame your temperament so that you're not constantly sparring with others. Make peace in your heart with God. Accept yourself. Accept yourself for who you are and be confident in that and be content with what you have. Do not compare yourself with others or look down on others or think highly of yourself. This is my counsel as a mother. You cannot give what you do not have. This is the first step to take as students in promoting peace and unity. In many instances, young people are seen as agents that threaten peace rather than positive influence of peace. In elections, the thugs employed to cause disruption are youth. In ethnic and religious disputes, youths are the fighters, and terrorists use youth to accomplish their agenda. However, it is noteworthy that many of the youth used for this negative agenda are uneducated. Therefore, students who have the advantage of being educated and therefore enlightened should forge the way in conveying the accurate messages to others of their age group. Students can make positive contributions to peace and should be involved in peace-building process. Where the youth are ignored by positive forces, negative influences will engage them. Government and communities need to include students in deliberations and peacemaking processes. Students, do not just wait to be included. Be innovative and create programs of your own. Use your associations, not just for meetings and fun-making, but lobby to ensure that the voices of Mwaghavul youth are heard. Organize programs to reach out through sports and drama and other creative means to change the narrative in the conflict-prone areas. Build your capacity by reading widely and taking interest in what is happening around you in the community you come from. The youth should have spaces where they can express their opinions so that their energy can be channeled positively. Prefer solutions. It is not only elders that have wisdom. Educated youth could bring fresh insight and perspectives that older people have not considered. In the position that you are in, you may see and hear things that are not known to your political and community leaders. In this respect, students can, in addition, develop an early warning system. When you identify clear indications that certain occurrences may trigger conflict, then have a system in place where you can report to people that can quickly take action to prevent the situation from becoming a full-blown conflict. In this way, you are preventing conflict and promoting peace. There should also be room for intergenerational exchange, where students and elders exchange ideas and there's dialogue between the two groups. This will allow the peaceful resolution of issues that both groups feel that are not being addressed by the other, and will increase mutual understanding and trust. Finally, as a people, we need to be united. As a people, we need to be united. The earlier propositions on propagating culture and peace are still applicable to promoting unity. Please, blend them all together as they are interdependent. I have always called on our people to be united because that is the only way we can achieve our objectives. Mwaghavul people constitute a large tribe in Plateau State and, as stated earlier, excel in all